Hello everyone. We should be live right now. Just give me a second to check my own stream. Yup. Seems like everything's running. Alright. So Genshin 6.1 just dropped. I took a look already at the Miliastra Wonderland for a second, and I also was trying out nefer in the trial because I'm very unsure if I should get nefer or not because I do have her best team with Loma and a very well built Nahida, but I don't think that she's that valuable as a DPS herself because I don't think there's much shill in terms of bosses for Bloom itself. I mean, we had three bosses and three abysses just for electrocharged, and now the shill will basically stop, especially as soon as we get Durin, who, by the way, his animation already leaked. So if you're interested in that, it's actually very cool. I'm happily surprised about it. I didn't think he would look that cool. His kit also seems to be quite promising. He seems to buff some of the old Mondstadt characters, which is awesome, especially Fischl. As you all know, I'm a very big fan and advocate for the overload reaction. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I was playing a little bit around with Nefer and her dash cancel. Although I think that while it is probably good to use in multi-wave, I don't think it's that cool for single target because you just fuck up your rotation and your stack generation, your core generation. So I think I won't focus on the dash cancel. I am at a pity of around, I believe it was 54 or 52, so there's not a lot I have to put into the banner, but as I said, I really think I should be saving for Durin and probably Columbina and her weapon. I don't know if you're aware, but the ban is kind of leaked already. It's very likely that Varessa will rerun in 6.2. So the banners overall would be for 6.2 Durin plus Venti, and then in the second half, Varessa and Shilonen. Which means in 6.3, when we get Columbina, we'll definitely have to go with an archon, which should be Mavwika, I think. We had let's see, we had Raiden, we had Nahida, we had Furina. Yeah, it has to be Mavwika, probably in the second half, and we have to get the first rerun for Escoffier. And if they're putting Columbina together with Escoffier, the weapon banner will be crazy good because the weapon for Escoffier is also pretty solid and universal. As of right now, I'm running her with Calamity Queller, which is okay, I think. You could also go with surprisingly Zhongli's weapon for the attack. So, although it is a very bad weapon, there is a use to it. Yeah, I would say we're just jumping right into the Archon quest, which is this one. An elegy for faded moonlight. The howling coyotes seek the moon's fading trail while shadows hang heavy upon every heart. Ancient memories resurface before our eyes, and the riddles left by history still drive countless souls to struggle onward in the torrent of fate. Okay, so what am I expecting? Of course, I know we're gonna meet even Varka in person, which is awesome. I hope we get to see Durin in action. We kind of saw his burst animation already in the trailer, so I'm curious if he's actually going to fight someone. And I don't think that we'll get a final solution between Columbina and Reria. I don't think he dies or anything. I'm especially interested in the relevance of Alakino. Of course, she is somehow connected to the whole moon lore, but we'll have to get some answers, some distinct answers, what exactly is going on there. Yeah. In the background, I was making all sorts of theories how the moons are connected to people we know already in Teyvat, especially because we know that we'll get an event for Layla, who also is connected to a moon. So the moon is not only in her animations. She, in her promo pictures, she was depicted as being upside down, basically like the upside down statue in the inverted city, and she was sleepy, like Columbina always is. It's been a few days since we said bye to the others in Nasha Town. Still no news about Raria though. Where could he have slunk off to? By the way, if the audio is off, if something is too quiet or too loud, just let me know. If only he was gone for good, but with all the terrible he stood up before, there's no way we've seen the last of him. Radimir, you must be the traveler on Paimon. Mr. Flint's has been looking for you. Unfortunately, there's been a serious wild hunt attack over at the quarry. He thinks it's time to regroup and figure out a plan. We'd better get over there right away. Come on, let's go, Tabitito. A nation that doesn't exist. That almost sounds like well, it probably is Conria. I believe we'll get a flashback because of Tolindis, or what the name was. So we'll hopefully get a little bit of backstory, bit of lore about Raria. Oh, dude, do I have to climb? Holy hell, just give me a teleport. Alrighty. Oh, we can actually collect some ore here. That's all, dude! Hostage in the quest. Oh, does it gain story relevance? Mr. Flint's. I can barely sense any Kuvaki at all. This whole area feels like a soulless husk. It looks like his appetite truly is insatiable, as if the power of that energy cannon wasn't enough. He's not seriously still getting stronger. What's his endgame here? Everyone's here already and we made it, so what's going on? I love his fucking voice so much. Gojo, dude! We've all been on high alert since we split up a few days back, expecting Rara to strike again. But it's like he just vanished into thin air. No one has seen him nor found any trace of his presence. That is, until this morning, when a ratneck found signs of wild hunt activity while out here on patrol. As you can see, the Crystonite itself is physically intact, but the Kuvaki it contained is all but completely diminished. And we're sure that Raria did this? Who else? He's the only one who could pull off a stunt like this. Kuvaki loss has reached critical levels. Recha of Zolnari is set to maximum threat level. Warning, unless de-escalation measures are taken soon, he will pose a threat beyond our ability to contain. The consequences could be catastrophic. Tabitito, do you remember when we encountered Raria just after regaining his body? There wasn't a shred of sanity left, nothing but madness and rage. Didn't he shout out a bunch of names? Then he started raving about how nothing in this world mattered to him. Everyone gets chills just thinking about it. But the thought that he's still out there lurking somewhere in Narcroy, waiting for his chance to strike, even chillier. Last time we fought, we already Oh, I need to hear his voice. Oh, dude, I'm ovulating. Last time we fought, we were already at a disadvantage. If he has such overwhelming strength, why would he suddenly go into hiding? If I were him and I wanted more Kavaki, I'd just take it by force. No point staying in the shadows. Unless something went wrong. His whole resurrection thing didn't exactly go smoothly. The other thing is, how does someone who's completely lost their mind still have the wherewithal to cover their tracks so perfectly? Beats me. Maybe he has help. According to certain medical studies, insanity does not always entail a complete loss of rationality. It may be that he is simply living in a world of his own. Well, then we could say that probably all people affected by the looming fate stuff are crazy. That actually sounds about right. He was ranting about to himself the whole time like he had zero interest in talking to us. Yeah, because you're weak and he's a sinner. He can basically destroy the whole world. There are many unanswered questions here. He could be right under our noses and we'd still be in the dark. Besides his name and title, we know little about him. Certainly nothing about his past or what he might be hoping to achieve. Exactly. And we wouldn't even know where to begin looking. Even Boss hadn't heard of the Rächer of Zanari before all this. Well, then she is pretty bad informed. I'd be willing to bet that even if we gather together every scrap of intel and not cry, we still wouldn't find more than like 3 useful facts about him. So if we do nothing, he'll just keep getting stronger, but if we want to investigate him, we have no idea where to look. Last time, we had Marionette and her big robo-buddy to help us, and we still barely held our ground. If we had to face him alone... Paimon's head just hurts thinking about it. What are we supposed to do against a threat this big? Well, I do have a little hunch about this next move. Given that he attacked the quarry, I'd say it's likely he'll target other places rich in Kuvaki. Somewhere like the Eye of Karate or the Pillar of Embla. One thing's for sure, if we just sit back and let him keep absorbing Kuvaki, we really won't stand a chance against him. A perfectly reasonable hypothesis. However, it's worth noting that these two locations are quite far apart. To investigate them both, we'll need to split up. I agree, we should split up. Right now, Raria's goal seems to be gathering Kuvaki, not fighting us directly. Once we're done, let's regroup on Hisi Island. If I recall correctly, your largest goddess statue was carved from Kuvaki. Ooh, true. It could well be a potential target of his. I should head back and start evacuating the pilgrims. Oh, dude, and we even saw him in that area on the trailer where he's fighting Columbina. Dude, Flint's is actually pretty smart. Splitting up's always gonna be risky, but I guess we don't have much choice, right? We're in a race against time yet. And if we do run into Raria, what then? That's when you follow the third rule of treasure hunting. Run like the wind. Didn't you say the third rule was go with the flow? I don't know, did I? Anyway, whatever. In this situation, go with the flow means go find backup. Agreed. If anyone finds so much as a trace of Raria, do not pursue him. Get out of the area and alert the rest of us as soon as possible. We need to put safety first. Alright, we'd better get moving. Come on, nefer, let's go. Okay, so we're splitting up. But why is the statue itself infused with Kuvaki? Go to the Frost Moon Enclave. By the way, the reason that I'm playing with a Huta team right now is that I'm super excited for the free constellation because I'm giving her the C1 that she deserves. That's the end of the jump cancel. Any leads? Nope. Diddly squat. What does diddly squat mean, dude? No clues to where he might be hiding. It's like he's a ghost. It feels like we're sitting on a powder keg that could go off at any seconds. I hate this feeling. I'd rather face him head on than be left hanging here like this. So you guys didn't find anything either. Not loving the word either. How about you, Flint? I questioned a few Rudniki and eventually narrowed my investigation down to one suspicious individual. But by the time I got to his place, he was already gone. Almost as if he knew someone was onto him. Either that, or he's just extremely cautious and doesn't stay in one place for long. He's been hiding his time for a while now. The question is, where or what is his next target? No idea. Since regaining his body, he seems to have lost all interest in the fragment of my possession. If he did still want it, he's had plenty of chances to take it. All we can do now is hope that I know the nefer turn up some leads. Darn it, Reria. If you've got the guts, come face me one-on-one. Wait, he's actually here? I didn't mean it, I swear. It's coming from... Ooh, it's the Columbina cave! Silvermoon Hall. The Lady Kutar might be in danger. Don't you dare lay a finger on my Columbina. I swear to God. Oh, cutscene. It's him! Oh, there's no game sound? Wait. I'll take care of it in a second. I just want to watch the cinematic. What? Okay. I'm so sorry that the game has no sound. I didn't notice. Wait. Okay, now we should have sound. Thanks for letting me know. How are you? Thanks for joining in. Okay, that cutscene was crazy. Apparently, Columbina is able to teleport, and I was almost thinking for a second that Reria was calling Columbina Tholindis, but I think it was just in his mind. He was talking to himself. Indeed, that was very, very close. We barely made it out of there alive. What's that guy's deal? How did he get so crazy strong? Well, he's a fucking sinner, yes. He's a threat to this entire nation. I doubt his strength could even be measured by conventional standards. And he... no problem. And he is at like, what did they say, like 10% of his powers? So there's a lot of room to grow. When me and the nefer showed up, we saw him chasing after this lady like he wanted her dead. What was that all about? We weren't there for the whole thing either. They were already duking it out by the time we arrived. Yeah, we didn't see how it all started. It all escalated so quickly we had no choice but to step in. It's actually so cute how Llama really calls her Kutar and not Columbina or a moon maiden or anything else. Can you shed any light on the situation? Kutar, cross-checking database. I see. So you're the one that the Frost Moon Science referred to as the Moon Goddess. Wait, she's the Moon Goddess? Oh, no wonder she looks like just like all those statues. There are many reasons why people might worship the moon, and just as many why they might despise it. I've never met that person before, but there was no mistaking his deep-seated hostility towards me. I'm actually just noticing that they put this little effect here on her mask. It's cute. Why he holds me in such contempt, I cannot say. But since he hunts the power of the moon, it's no surprise that I am a target. Okay, I have to drop some lore here, because as you all know, he has two names, okay? On the one side, he's called Rächer of Solnari, which is German, and then he's called Avenger of the moon or something. So that would imply that he fights for the moon, he wants to avenge it. But when we got the lore from the Stygian Onslaught weapon skins, he was called Moon Hunting Sinner because that's the original Chinese translation. So I believe the English translation fucked it up somewhere along the way back then when he was first revealed, and then German took it over as being the Rächer. The thing is, it's complete opposites. I mean, true, really pretty. It's complete opposites because is he fighting for the moon or is he hunting the moon? I mean, it's really, really hard to say. There are many potential motives. For instance, you helped Kusura escape to his gram. This could be his way of taking revenge. It's also possible that he covets the Kavaki inside you and seeks to take it for his own. The list goes on. But right now, devising a counter-strategy should be our #1 priority. The likelihood of his location being discovered is close to 100%. A counter-strategy, but we don't stand a chance against an enemy like this. Surely, our only option is to run. He's not gonna chase us to the end of the world, right? So, as long as we can sneak out of Nordcroy undetected... No, I can't say that. Come on, Jahuda! This is serious stuff. You can't suggest we all just chicken out. And Columbina just straight up, yep, running's our only option. You seem surprised, but what other choice do we have? We are facing an enemy we cannot possibly defeat in battle. Well, I mean, yeah, but still. It's not too late. I can distract him, so you'll have plenty of time to make your escape. Doesn't that make sense? I'm the one he's after. There's no need for you to risk your necks on my behalf. A coyote doesn't stop for bypassers while it's howling at the moon. What is it, Lauma? The Frostmoon Scions have already grown accustomed to life without their goddess. My presence here is no longer essential, and this is not my home, so you needn't ask me to stay. Look how sparkly she is. That's so cute. I really wonder if she's gonna take that off sometime in the future. We can't just roll over and let him get away with this. That's not our style. Yeah, we can't just call it quits after everything we've been through together. Besides, she pretty much saved my life back there. If I just ditched her now, I'd never forgive myself. Wow, Jehuda is actually pretty loyal. We can't overlook that you have saved our lives multiple times now. To talk of returning the favor would be a little crass for my liking, but suffice to say that we are friends, and friends look out for one another. Best of friendo! Rary's true objective remains unclear. Even if we were to sacrifice Miss Kutar, there's no guarantee he would stop. Running away won't solve anything. Demo? Nani? I know why you left the Frostmoon Scions so long ago. It was because people started treating prayer as a form of trade. They would make self-centered wishes, force you to accept meaningless offerings in return, and then expect you to perform miracles for them as if that were their entitlement. If it were me, I might have walked away too, but I believe that time can change anything. Everything, and that sometimes it takes losing something precious to appreciate its true worth. After much reflection, I've realized that it was never about whether the Frostmoon Scions need you. Any relationship based on need is purely transactional. What I truly hope is that you'll choose to stay, not out of obligation, but as part of our family. You were born here, and now you've returned. Who knows? Perhaps it was the moonlight that guided you home. Arigato, Lauma, but my power is on the wane. I'm afraid I will be of little use. Why? Why is your power on the wane? Very well then, I'll do as you say. Both times you saved us, we were transported across great distances in an instant. Is that one of your powers as the moon goddess? Thank you, Flint, for asking the important questions. It is, but I find it very draining. I barely managed to pull it off just now, and it will be some time before I'm strong enough to do so again. Okay, so she basically is able to do the instant transmission from Goku, but as opposed to him, she has to recharge it. Rejected by the world, my power is dwindling, like a lake cut off from its soul, slowly shrinking away. Now, it has almost run dry. What do you mean, rejected by the world? The three moons belong to the ancient bygone era in which they came into being. From the moment I was born, the world itself has been steadily sapping away at my strength. That's why we need the moon marrow to borrow the eternal moon's power. The three moons are not one and the same. As the goddess of the frost moon, I cannot wield the powers of the other two. And that is where fucking Arlecchino will come into play, I swear God. And goddamn Layla! If that's not happening, I'm going crazy. Yet, moonlight has a way of blending together. Each can reflect the other's glow. So, when our fingers touched, I was able to restore my strength by drawing Kuvaki from the eternal moon's marrow. But this method of recovery is painfully slow. If only we could find... Oh! Wild Hunter! Even faster than we expected. We'll have to finish this conversation later. See how those wild hunt creatures are running away from us? They're likely just a scouting party, which means Varia won't be far behind. Then what are we waiting for? Let's get the heck out of here. Well, too bad we can't teleport. What the hell is that? That's a completely new party. I don't even know how to use a nefer. I don't have her. And we're basically going in with double DPS, if you count Loma as one. I also don't know how to play Flint because I don't have him. I know that he has a mini burst and a strong burst, but that's all I know. I really didn't look into his kit because I knew I wouldn't pull for him because I didn't pull a nefer. Break out of the onslaught, so does that mean we just have to defeat like a certain amount, or I don't think there's another goal to it right now. It's so embarrassing because I don't know how to play fucking Flints. Oh, that was his mini burst right there. Ah, I see. Okay, so first off you have to activate his E, and then you do a mini burst with his Q. Okay, so that's how you bypass the animation. Learning by doing, guys. Okay, that's it. Cinema. Ziox would crucify me if we... Varga! What a giga chat. I can't believe he literally just threw his sword just to aura farm. Completely unnecessary, unrelated to the plot. He just wanted to be cool. What's the matter? Bit of more than you could chew. Who are you? Uncle Varka? Okay. You're back from Amsvartnir. You're Varka, Grandmaster of the Knights of Favonius? We can save the intros for later. Right now, let's get you all out of this hellhole. Follow me. I know somewhere you will be safe. Oh, is that where I think it is? That's the one. Come on, move. There's no time to waste. Okay, I was just trying to artificially increase my testosterone in my voice to better reflect the manliness that Varka is. What a cool... He is so freaking tall! He's even taller than Flynn's! Wow, where are we? This is so well hidden. That actually looks a bit like the Fontaine caverns. Well, that goes without saying. This is the Knights of Favonius meeting place in Notcry, and a contact hub for the Northern Intelligence Network. AKA the black market of intel. No matter what faction you're with, it's the place to buy and sell information. Their headquarters are in Notcry, but they've got contacts in every nation. As an expeditionary force on foreign soil, working with them has offered us the most effective way of getting our hands on reliable local intel. This is where we meet, so naturally. It's secure. Anyway, where were we? Folks from Nokrai should be pretty familiar with me by now, but I believe this is the first time we've met. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Varka, Knight of Boreas and Grand Master of the Knights of Favonius. We've heard all about you. This meeting's been a long time coming. You look way younger than Paimon expected, but you definitely have that Grand Master vibe. Well, he kinda looks like he's in his 30s, maybe. Well, I'm no spring chicken, just not showing my age yet. Well, but he does have some battle scars here, so there is a history to him. I think he's really cool, and he's no Aventurine XP for anyone who was afraid. He really does look very cool, I think. Definitely feeling some of that back pain today, though. Yeah, he does sound like a mid-30s guy. Rushed back from Ansvartnir without a wink of sleep, only to get right into another fight with that freshly revived maniac. Another? You mean you fought him before? Yep. He wasn't nearly as strong back then, but he was still a formidable foe. I brought some of the knights along to give him a little surprise, but he saw us coming from a mile off. My squad took heavy injuries, and I barely made it out alive myself. We knew it might have been our last chance, so we staked everything on it, but still, it wasn't enough to stop him. I tried tracking him down afterwards, but he didn't leave a trace. Even in his unhinged mental state, he's as cautious as any trained operative. So I decided to come find you, and as luck would have it, turned up to find you being ambushed by the Wild Hunt. The rest, you already know. Is that why he's been frantically absorbing Kuvaki these past few days? Because he sees you as a threat? Maybe I'm part of the equation, but even if I weren't, I'm sure he'd still be gathering power. He's clearly working up towards something. Note to self, Uncle Walker's strength rating officially upgraded. Guess it's my turn to ask questions now. So, what exactly's been happening in Nordcry? Why has the Wild Hunt returned in humanoid form, and why is it after you? That's a long story, but I'll try to make it quick. Aino brings Varka up to speed about what happened before. Whoa, I had no idea so much had happened. Sound like you guys have really been through it. So, the Kutar is actually a Fatui Harbinger, and all this Wild Hunt activity in Nordcry is the work of the Rächer of Zolnari, one of the 5 sinners. That's a lot to take in. Need some time to wrap my head around it all. I'm truly sorry, Mr. Varka. But do you happen to be single by chance? You stood with us against the Wild Hunt and did everything I could to stop it from escalating into a full-blown catastrophe. And then, the one time you're away, it all comes to a head and all your hard work gets undone. You've got nothing to apologize for, Miss Moonchanter. Yeah, I can feel there's some tension between these two. There's some sparks going off. You can plan 100 steps ahead and still slip up. That's just life. No one knows what tomorrow holds. You can't predict which way the wind will blow next. Aw, dude, he sounds like someone from Mondstadt, dude. And to be perfectly honest, I can't say I'm surprised. For all the times we've been defeated in the Wild Hunt in the past, we've never been able to completely white it out. Turns out, we're just delaying the inevitable. But now that a new variable has come into play, fate may well take a different course. You mean us? Who else? And in a strange way, I think his resurgence might not be an entirely bad thing. The Wild Hunt is like an unrelenting force of nature, but Rary is an individual with an agenda. He's gotta have a weak spot somewhere. Okay, that seems like Varka. I don't think that Varka is necessarily smart, like academically, but I do think he's like Goku, where he has this sort of battle intelligence. Like he know how the opponent thinks, how what to do in a fight itself. Like basically the ultimate instinct thing. That said, while Aino was explaining everything just now, some of the points that Mr. Flint... Why are they calling him Mr. Flint's all the time, dude? The points that Mr. Flint's added caught my attention. You mean about our mystery ally? You mean Nicole? That's right. From what you've said, not only did they lead you straight to some key files, they also shielded Hesiodon from a lethal Kuvaki blast. I don't know who or what could pull something like that off. Heck, even Miss Columbina doesn't have a clue. I hadn't heard the story about those files. Would you mind repeating their titles for me? Wild Hunt Phenomenologue, a Not Cryan Ratnik Sphere Journal, and Kuvaki Survey Log. Doesn't ring a bell. Another dead end. Guess all we can do now is hope that our mystery ally keeps showing up when we most need them. Still, it's safest to assume they won't be intervening again. From here on out, we'll have to resolve this crisis by ourselves. Your intel also explains something else I've been wondering about. The reason I led my team to Zvartnir was because we'd had reports about a possible source of the Wild Hunt showing up there. But once we looked into it, it turned out to be a red herring. I don't know who was behind it, but clearly it served its purpose. Okay, so Varka, does it make sound like there was something behind it, like someone on purpose tried to lead them somewhere else so that they couldn't help them? I doubt it's by chance that he happened to make his comeback while my attention was diverted, and from everything you've told me, it sounds like his scheming began well before his return, so maybe luring me away was all a part of his plan. But is it even possible that he orchestrated all of this by himself? The Moon Maiden and the Rächer of Solnari, and Nordcry of all places. The way everything is unfolding, it can't be a coincidence. So, what do we do now? Got any ideas? Varka actually talks a lot more than I was expecting, to be honest. And his face is so detailed. I mean, they completely restructured everything. Right now, we've got at least 3 things to consider. Let's go through them one by one. First, we need to figure out how to take down Reria. If we can't beat him in a straight-up fight, the rest won't even matter. To my knowledge, the bulk of Nordcry's fighting force is already gathered here. But with everyone united, we're still no match for Reria in his current state, let alone with his power still growing. What if there was a way to tap into a new power of our own? How so? Have you thought of something, Columbina? 3 moons once watched over this world. The eternal moon was the largest, the frost moon was the brightest, and the iridescent moon was the most mysterious. They say that back then, the 3 moon goddesses wielded immense power, enough to shape the workings of the world itself. I now bear the frost moon's power, and the eternal moon's marrow resides within Chryso. Okay, we'll give the eternal moon probably to Alkino. Hold on, are you suggesting the iridescent moon, the last piece in the puzzle? That's right, if you can find the iridescent... Is the iridescent moon's marrow already inside of Alkino? Or maybe we can use her blood or something like that, or her flames. I will be able to regain my strength. Oh, okay. So Alkino is a buff for Columbina. The 3 moons are said to stir the tides and illuminate all things. Perhaps they hold further secrets beyond our understanding. According to my analysis, this solution is feasible. However, it is subject to one major condition. How do we locate the iridescent moon's marrow? I know a way. I was just thinking, shouldn't Columbina already know that Arlecchino is the one from the iridescent moon? That they have connections? We will need to visit the Fortuitous experimental... Okay. So she probably will give Arlecchino a phone call or so. We need to involve Marionette? Yes. I must speak with Sandra. It's a long way from here to the Bureau. There's a high chance you will be spotted. You shouldn't go alone. I will go with her. Then that's settled. Next up, our second priority, somehow, we need to figure out Raria's end goal. Well, getting stronger, apparently. As you saw for yourself, when he was still in his wild hunt form, everything he did was for the sake of recovering his body and resurrecting himself. His first act since then, after laying low for a while, was to try and assassinate this young lady. People's obsessions often reveal their greatest vulnerabilities. There must be a reason why he despises the moon so deeply. Perhaps it sheds some light on his title, the Rächer of Solnari. Yeah, or, as I already explained, the moon-hunting sinner. The Wild Hunt has plagued Notcroy for centuries now. If we want to stop it for good, we have to get to the root cause of what's driving it. It's true, we still know very little about him. If Kutar hadn't given us that lead, we wouldn't even know his name. But where would we even start? I doubt even the Intel Queen of Notcroy has a clue, and she has info coming out of her ears. And there she already is. That's a rather hasty conclusion for someone who's so painstakingly meticulous when it comes to dealing with machines. She heard me! Nesan! I'm now asking myself the same question. I received a letter from a humble knight of Favonius requesting a meeting to discuss a major business deal. But it looks like this humble knight had something else in mind. Details. Miss Nefer, the important thing is that you've arrived at the perfect time. Since his failed ambush, I've been racking my brains trying to come up with a plan to fight Raria. Given the severity of the situation, I think it's fair to say that our only chance lies in uniting as one, and I'm talking all the factions and not Kwai. We can't do this without the Curatorium, but I knew it'd be a tough job to win you over, so I took the liberty of reaching out for a little chat. Wait a sec. How did you even hear about this place, Nefer? Didn't you say this is meant to be the Knights of Favonius' meeting spot and a contact hub for the Northern Intelligence Network? And isn't it supposed to be super hidden? You really think it could have gotten settled in Notcroy without my help? Besides, I'm the one running this gig. Of course I know where the meeting place is. Allow me to introduce the current head of the Northern Intelligence Network. If it's Intel you're after, she's your woman. Pretty much seen and heard it all. Please, spare me the flattery. Let's cut to the chase. Seems like you've run into some trouble, huh? You bring Nefer up to speed on what's been happening. Well, this certainly qualifies as an unforeseen crisis. On behalf of the Curatorium of Secrets, I wish you all the best of luck. So, you're just going to sit this one out? Why should I get involved? What could possibly be in it for me? Dude, she is so materialistic. She always is looking for the money. What if we told you we can't do this without you? Okay, and that's the complete antithesis. Loma is all for feelings and she wants to like, dude, we're the best friends and we love you. Well, then I'd say you'd better make it worth my while. I don't work for free. And there it is. She wants the Mora, the cash cash. I can't put a price on something like this. It's just not in my nature. But then again, you and I have always... Isn't it quite funny how the team building consists of Loma and Nefer, but they're totally opposite? I didn't even notice. You and I have always been polar opposites in this regard, so I can exactly say I didn't see this coming. If you insist on compensation, I will pay you. Consider this a formal commission. Sound fair? You just don't give up, do you? Too bad. I know you well enough to know you can't afford my prices. The riskier the job, the more it'll cost, and the moon chanter's stipend isn't exactly generous, unless you're planning to start passing the donation box around among the faithful. Boss, just a thought. If they come up short, maybe you can take a difference out of my... Dude! What is going on with Jehoda? Why is she best girl? Things got really dangerous during the fight with Reria. If this girl hadn't saved me, I'd be late night fodder by now. I'd be gone for good, boss. She's actually precious. I believe she has a really good heart. If there's any way we can make this work, I'd really like to help her. Please, I'm begging you. This is why I'm always telling you, never accept favors. They're the hardest steps to repay. You have to be careful who you get involved with, or you invite all kinds of misfortune. Very well, Jehoda. I will help. But just this once. Don't count on this happening again. Linz, that fragment that Reri was after, do you still have it on you? Of course. Let me borrow it. I needed to follow up on some leads. Wait, you actually have some leads? This is top secret information. I get it. We all have things we'd rather keep to ourselves. Plus, I know we can't count on you, so we'll leave the intel gathering in your hands. And that brings me to the third and final item. We need to find a way to distract him. We need time to make our move, so someone will have to stall him. I'm in for this part, no matter what. Anyone coming with? Dude, I have the feeling, actually, Varka should be a mixture of not only being DPS, but also being a shielder, or somehow increasing, I don't know, the resistance against elements or something. Because the thing is, he looks so bulky, he's almost like a tank. Count me in too. Some of it, you two. Quit playing heroes. I'm way ahead of you here. The nefer did a scan of the moon goddess's Kovaki signature, and we were gonna use it to make some decoys over at the Kumkake craft shop. Anyone who's in, follow me. Once they're ready, we'll deploy the decoys across Notcry, sorry. So as long as the rest of you keep moving, he won't catch onto our scent, and won't be able to track you down. I like it, genius idea. No biggie. Aino's actually kind of cute. Alright then, we're split into 3 teams. Once your team has finished their mission, return here and wait for the others. Dismissed. Okay, why is he like suddenly the boss of this operation? Did someone appoint you, Varka? I guess he's just used to being the leader. And we're just following his orders, we're just listening. Oh, what's that? That's cute. I love that. Lady Damselette. Wait, and you two? What are you doing at the bureau? We've been doing our best to mind our own business lately, but if you're just gonna walls up here like this, you're seriously pressing your luck. Don't blame us for doing what we have to. You really think that's gonna scare us off? We're not looking for any trouble. I just want to see Sandron. Do I need to remind you that you're still a wanted fugitive for deserting us? Out of consideration for our former ties and the crisis we're all up against, we'll let you leave in one piece, but don't even think about trying to get inside. Let them in. Are you going to make me repeat that? No, my lady. Sandron seems to be Sandron seems to be in a good mood. Must be maintenance day. I love that. I never thought I would like Sandron. I can't wait to see your interaction with Sandron. I think they're a great couple. So, tell me, to what do I owe the honor this time? Actually, before you answer that, just so we're clear, we're not colleagues anymore, Columbina. I don't owe you anything. I promise, it's nothing big. It seems like you've gotten the wrong idea here. The only reason I let you in was because I was bored. It seemed like a way to kill some time and satisfy my own curiosity. Whatever miscalculations I may or may not have made in the past, I haven't lost the plot enough to even consider sticking my neck out for your sakes. Dude, she's a mixture of evil and sassy, you know? It's kind of funny. I'd like to speak with Alekino. Thank you. Thank you.
Huh?
What? You mean the knave? I'd like to speak with Alekino. Is she a not cry? No, she's not. Once the work on this facility was completed, she went back with the rooster and Regret? What's that called? Regretta? The only ones who not cry now are me and... What is it you need to speak to her about anyway? Rary is hunting me. If I'm going to face him, I must first retrieve the lost moon. Marionette seems lost in thought, but she doesn't look surprised. She must know more than she was letting on. I don't understand what Alekino has to do with the iridescent moon's marrow, but at this point, I have no choice but to go along with Columbina's plan. Is that a no then? As if I need reminding. I was this close to settling things with him before someone decided to whisk me away to their weird little garden. Have you held any tea parties lately? Tea parties? Yeah, obviously. You don't seriously think we'd pack it all in just because you aren't here? If anything, they've been more eventful than ever. Just me, Alekino, and a bunch of insensitive guests who won't stop asking where you've gone. Ah, they've been a real joy. I bet you serve them the worst tea you have. Just like you used to you used to do to me when I upset you. Who cares about how good the tea is when there's no one around to drink it? I keep losing people. First Rosalind, now you. I'm running out of people who can make me laugh. Honestly, what could be more ridiculous than a multi-centenarian goddess who's only ever had the plain herbal tea she received as offerings? You'd always brew a different type of tea for me each time. Was it really just to see how I'd react? Well, duh. Why else? Watching you squirm was practically my only form of entertainment. Or was she genuinely trying to introduce columbina to new flavors? Maybe all that coldness is just an act, and they actually get along? Oh yeah, and Capitano sometimes used to bring up Tartaglia around too. But I guess we won't be seeing him again. Well, I guess we are overdue for a get-together. Polonia? Have Heronia pass a message to Olkino for me. It's time for tea, will suffice. Pass along a message for me too, if you would. My body cannot contain the marrow of 2 moons, so I'll be leaving one of them in her care. Excuse me? Who said you were on the guest list? If my tea meant that much to you, maybe quitting the Fatui wasn't your brightest move. I love how she's kinda salty. She would never admit it, but she actually liked Columbina. You can't tell me otherwise. She's like, what is it called? Is it tsundere, yandere? Back when you were under the Tsaritsa's protection, no one would have dared come at you so openly. But that protection didn't come for free. In fact, I paid dearly for it. At the end of the day, it was just another transaction. I just got tired, that's all. I never wanted any part in their grand ambitions, and now I've had enough of being treated like a bottomless supply of power. It brings back memories from the old days when I was still worshipped as the moon goddess. Centuries on, it may have been a different group of people, but I see the same greed in their eyes. I figured you'd leave eventually. You didn't have as much of a reason to stay as I do. The Tsaritsa gave you shelter and protection, but that was it. Nothing more, nothing less. Meanwhile, the Fatui demanded everything from you in return, until it was more than you could bear. I get why you left, and frankly, I have no interest in dragging you back just because the higher-ups told me to. But if you keep hanging around with this riffraff, the next time we cross paths, we might be enemies for real. She says that, but she's the one who just caved in and agreed to help Columbina. Guess that's our cue to leave? Let go. That might be your plan, but it sounds like someone else wants you to stay a little longer. What does she mean? Listen. Oh, the Wild Hunt. My lady, it's the Wild Hunt. A horde of monsters is headed straight for the facility. Another uninvited guest trying to crash my tea party. Clear the area. I'll handle this. Wait, what? You want us to leave? Oh, what? You'll be lucky to make it out of this alive. You really think you can afford to worry about me? She's staying back? Go on, get out of here. You may have stopped Polonia from crushing him last time, but I've made sure that won't happen again. The entire bureau is rigged for war. She's crazy. Stay and watch if you want, but it will be at your own risk. You are not flagged as friends in the weapon system. Don't tell me what to do. Look, if you're leaving, make it quick or you'll just get in my way. There's a secret passage on the 2nd floor, and I'll take you right to the plains out back. Stay early, you won't, Columbina. You're not getting another invitation to my tea party. I know. But thank you anyway, Sandrone.
だからこんな連中と
This is
一緒にいる
exactly
なって
why you
言った
shouldn't
の
hang
に
around with those
そ
people.
んな気持ち
All
悪い
their
言葉を口にするように
melodrama
な
and
る
sentimental
の
nonsense is rubbing off on you. Aw, dude, shit. Do I have to pull for Sandrone? Aw, damn. I like her.
月の狩人この前の続きといこうじゃない
Come on then, Mr. Recher. Let's pick up where we left off.
あなたのワイルドハント軍団と私の
Okay, this is literally Honkai Impact. It's your wild hunt monstrosities versus my beautiful creations. Let's see who comes out on top. I don't think she'll win. What? Are we controlling them? Awesome. Bosso 1. Feel my wrath. I wonder if we're shooting like projectiles infused with geopowers. I mean, it's a little bit orange. So for me, it's already settled that Sandrone has to be Geo. That's why I'm asking. She probably will be a DPS because she seems to like fighting. Geo is really bad as element. Just do brain dead damage with a big sword. That's all you need. Damn, how fast are they regenerating? But I wonder, do we know if Sandrone is born in Snezhnaya or is she from somewhere else? Because if she is, then she should have built all of her machines and stuff somewhere else as well. And I don't think we've seen that. I believe we don't know anything about Sandrone thus far. Not even through any artifact or weapons lore. I mean, if you, for example, just watch the Minsleaf video, she's talking, for example, about the Ballad of the Fjords, which talks about Ajax, which is the name for Tartaglia. So, for him, for example, we have quite a lot of lore. But we have nothing. We don't even have anything about Piero aside from the Pale Flame artifact set, where it says that he wears his mask to mock or make fun of Celestia and their fate. Whoa! That's a machine gun. Feels more like we're playing Call of Duty than Genshin. Bosco, number 42. Don't worry, once this is over, I'll put you all back together again, I promise. I wonder if she has some feelings for her robots. If she actually likes them, if she wants them to survive and repair them, or if she just sees them as some weapons, like tools to use. I could imagine that... Whoa! I'm severely damaged. Oh, there he is! The man himself. Okay, I can't shoot any longer. I'm down. It's almost apocalyptic. Does that mean he will destroy the entire base? Like, can't we visit it afterwards? There he is. Polonia, get him. I've upgraded Polonia again since our last encounter and uploaded every last scrap of your data. So let's finish this once and for... She's not here. Where did she go? He's not even interested in her. Cursed moon. Go. Keep searching. She cannot have gotten far. Polonia takes anyway. And gets one-shotted, let me guess. Yeah, probably. And that's the end of Polonia. Has she another secret room? Oh god, I love the Sumeru vibes. So this is your method for investigating Maria's past. It almost looks like some kind of ceremony. Good deduction, but it's quite a different affair from what you're used to with the Frostmoon Scions. First time I've ever been in here. Boss always said it was off limits, so I pictured some kind of creepy dungeon, but it's actually kinda nice. I guess this must be Sumeru. Yes, it is! That's where Boss is from, and that nice shopkeeper who sold me... Yes, Dory! True! I'm not sure exactly what you've got planned, but it looks like you're all set. When do we begin? Whenever we wish, but for some reason I've got a feeling this isn't going to end well. I've never faced Rary myself, but from what you've told me, his power is beyond anything I could imagine. I, on the other hand, am just an ordinary businesswoman. Our paths should never have crossed, yet here I am, forced to make an enemy of him. If you ask me, you're about as far from ordinary as it gets, so what are you saying? You're getting cold feet? Once I take a job, there's no backing out. Still, I have to ask myself if the power I'm relying on will even work on an opponent of this caliber. And also, how to make sure I come out of this alive if things spiral out of control. Death is the one thing we can take for granted. It is the great equalizer, however, fortunate or unfortunate we may otherwise be. So it's important to consider how to spend what lifespan we have left. Come on, most late now, quit talking about death is bad luck. For once, I agree with you. When you're up against a foe like Raria, there's no such thing as being too prepared. Is there anything I can do to help? That won't be necessary. I've already made up my mind. Time to cash in a precious favor I've been saving for a rainy day. Jahoda, I need you to find someone for me. The sooner the better. Find who? That shady merchant who sold you an overpriced treasure compass to the... Oh, she's talking about Dory. Come on, boss, you're pulling my leg again. In what way is she shady? She showed up when I was completely lost and sold me a neat little gadget that was exactly what I needed. Trust me, she's a good person. Anyway, I know who you're talking about. Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back. Oh no, please. Please. I don't want to hear Dory. I hate her so much. I will not voice her. I will just skip through, okay? I hate Dory with a passion. Oh, there she is. No. Why do they have to drag Dory back again and again? Oh, dude. The side quests, the main story, the hangout events. She's everywhere. Please just leave.
熟睡中に引っ張ってきたのに怒鳴りつけもせず2倍の出張
Look how easygoing she is. After that rude awakening, she could have completely snapped at us, but instead she kept it together and just asked for an extra fee.
ドリーサングマハベ
Dori Zangame Bay. I never would have pictured you two doing business together.
ここで商売をするなら人脈は広ければ広い
Oh, dude, I hate her so much. I'm fucking sorry. I know the voice actor probably is doing her best and she's probably doing a good job, but I can't stand it.
そんな時面倒な戦いに巻き込まれてしまったのですがオーナー様
I'm just skipping through. I'm reading it real quick.
というものオーナー様には何でも 30% オフ
Okay.
お友達を
She's just yapping.
なんとその方も 10%
She's just yapping, saying nothing important at all.
見たところ何やら面倒ごとに巻き
Fuck
込ま
off,
れてし
Dobby,
まったので
please.
す
Please. You guessed correctly. What have you got in the way of survival game?
そういう類の商品は山ほどございますわ
Oh, dude, I'm getting a headache. Oh, I hate her.
最新の研究結果をもとに作られたジェットパよろしければ相手の情報を教えていただけます
What if I told you it's someone with the power to bring a nation to its knees?
おやおやおやでしたらそれ
Talking about Skark?
貴重なお宝が必要サプライヤー何でもできる
サプライヤーだと
ですわお名前は明かせま
We were actually talking about Skark.
などくらましお待ちいただけるなら
じゃあ質問を変えるよ。もしあんたが
Then let me put it another way. What would you do if you encountered an enemy like that? Roll over and serve yourself on a silver platter.
そんなことないですわよ
Oh, dude, shut the fuck up, dude. Oh. I can't skip! Okay, now. Let's just say I'm borrowing it, alright? Just for insurance purposes. You will get it back later. Favors are the worst kind of debt to owe, and now you've got a chance to repay one. A win-win situation, don't you think? Okay, we're done. Why can't I skip? They're doing this on purpose. They know she's annoying. Yeah, stop the yap, we're done. We're good. You can leave now, Dory. We're not your friends.
まだ用はございます
気をつけて帰ると
That will be all. Take care now. Don't trip on your way back, friend.
またな優しい商人さん
Joe, that's actually cute. She has no idea what's going on. She's just happy to be there.
よし
Okay, are we summoning the dead? Are we playing with an Ouija board?
始めるよ
Excellent. Everything is well and truly ready. The ceremony can now begin.
これからあんたらの意
After initiating the ceremony,
と一緒に不思議
your
な
minds will follow me wherever I go. You will see many strange things in your mind's eye.
驚かず
So remember, don't be frightened and don't make a sound. After laying down the... I can't read that fast.
月の狩人の過去が
Now then, let us peer into the Rächer of Solnari's past. Can she just do that? That's crazy.
ついた
I made it. Bro, don't tell me we are in Conria.
カンルイヤの建物
Oh my fucking god! What is going on? We're in fucking Conria. That is legit the first time that we are in Conria. I can't believe it. And it looks so much like Enkanomiya. I don't recognize this style of architecture. Must be Conrian.
家屋
Simple furnishings, table and chairs. It's a more ordinary house than I might have expected. I swear to God, that's fucking Enkanomiya! Looks like the fearsome Rächer of Solnari came from surprisingly humble beginnings. Unless this passed for luxury in Khaenri'ah. Unlikely. It was said to be a very prosperous nation in its heyday. Anyway, I'll keep exploring. Bro, I can't believe this is fucking Khaenri'ah, dude. The music, holy hell. I wonder if that's actually a sneak peek into the melodies and harmonies of the actual Khaenri'ah OST that they will release. Because if you think about it, they're probably already working on Khaenri'ah. If we're assuming that we have only Snezhnaya left before Khaenri'ah, they should already be building Khaenri'ah. Imagine, dude. Because what the fuck? No way. No way, that's fucking Rarriah. It's Rarriah in his prime. Oh my god. That's so cool. Okay. Let's check out this one here. A handwritten note. Hi, Rarriah. Since you're working extra hours tonight, I thought I'd keep myself busy by checking out that new kebab shop. That's weirdly specific. Why are they talking about kebab? I've heard good things about their menu. I'll test it out, and if it's as good as everyone's saying, let's go back together sometime. P.S. New stash from the Universitas Magistrorum. I brought some goodies home. A few teacups and a pen rack. Hope you like them. I'm just making an educated guess. I believe this note is from Dainsleif, because why? Dainsleif and Rarriah were friends. Close friends. They didn't sign their name, but they must have been close. Sounds like they were living together. Well, I don't think that Dainsleif lived together with Rarriah, did he? I remember, I don't know where I read it, but there is some lore where it says that Vedorfolnir was working in some sort of shop, and then Dainsleif came in with, I believe it was one of the other sinners, but I don't remember everything. And that was basically when Vedorfolnir gave Dainsleif his amulet to... Is that it? Oh no, we can go further. Bro, it's Khaenri'ah! I can't believe that we're actually walking through the real Khaenri'ah. What the fuck is this flower here? Good lord, I hope I'm not the only one that freaks out like that. Dude, I get chills. The music. I want to look outside. What's going on out there? Are we in a castle? I would have never believed it to be so similar to Enkanomiya. What? Dude! Where do we have to go? Calm down, everybody calm down. Rarriah's diary. Oh, I missed it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I went over to Joseph's for a drink today. They have a fine collection, but I went alone. Tholindis was tied up with something and couldn't make it. Okay, maybe Tholindis is his roommate. Joseph asked why I came alone. but I didn't really have an answer. He then went on to ask about other things. If you ask me, someone who asks that many personal questions is too nosy for their own good. But if he invites me again, chances are I'd still go. Tholindis. That's the name Reria mentioned. Grain imports keep falling. If things don't pick up, we'll soon be back to meat and mushrooms only. Honestly, I'm not a huge fan of that new type of mushrooms everyone's been into lately. Okay, what the hell is going on? I believe that has some significance. Didn't it start out as a lab-grown variety? I heard it's even mildly corrosive. Seriously, what would you... Okay, the thing is... That's actually crazy lore. Believe it or not, that's crazy lore. The thing is, because Khaenri'ah they were underground, so they didn't have sunlight. And that was one of the reasons that people used Khamia. Like, for example, Rhine-Daughter used Khamia, the alchemy, to create life, not only to create monsters, but also to cultivate the land and to grow plants and food. So it would actually explain why these mushrooms are strange, because these mushrooms are very likely filled with abyssal energy, similar to the monsters. So, which means that the people of Khaenri'ah basically ate abyssal food. I don't care if it's an unimpressive feat or alchemy. That just isn't the kind of thing I like to eat. Grain has to be imported, and they're eating a diet of mostly meat and mushrooms. Could it be because Khaenri'ah's underground, so it doesn't get much sunlight? That would explain why they use so much stone in their buildings. They even use alchemically modified strains for food. Seems like the people of Khaenri'ah don't have many options when it comes to dining. I've just about saved up enough now. Time to buy it and keep it somewhere safe. Making a big purchase. I wonder what it is. Most of what's written in the diary are the mundane details of everyday life. It's clear that the author was an ordinary Khaenri'ah, or at least that they were passing themselves off as one. The author's handwriting doesn't reveal anything. It's neither showy nor stiff. In fact, it doesn't really leave any particular impression. He really is a professional. No wonder he's so good at covering his tracks. Despite what he's become, it seems like he's retained certain habits, at least in this regard. Near the end of the diary, you notice a page with a shallow indentation along the bottom. The previous page has been torn out. For now, its contents remain a mystery. Did Reria rip it out himself? But pen marks like these leave a trace. With something like charcoal to add some color, you just need to find the right angle. When Nefer looks around, she sees a fine charcoal pencil on the desk. Before long, she has restored the missing words. Compared with the forgettable handwriting from before, these lines have been scrawled in a rougher, more haphazard way, as if the person who wrote them was in an emotional state. Before I met you, I was convinced that my heart was nothing more than a stagnant pool. The burial place of a fallen moon, a withered, windless grove where the waters rested forever unrippled. It was you who helped me to see that my heart hadn't entirely withered away, that it could still beat to the rhythm of love. This is just trivial sentimentality from the looks of it. Why would he go to the trouble of hiding that? Burial place of a fallen moon. I don't know what expects us here. Oh my god! It's Dainsleif! It's Dainsleif! Oh! Okay, everybody calm down. Everybody stop fucking gooning. The man, the myth, the legend, Dainsleif himself is here. I prophesized it. I foresaw it. And I'm telling you, he will be in Not Cry in person, fucking shit up. Oh, that's so cute. He calls him Dine. Oh, and Vedrfolnir? What a surprise to see you here. Don't tell me we actually get to see Vedrfolnir now. I am losing my shit. He sounds so strange. I never expected him to sound like this. Hello there, Rary. You need not address me so formally outside of court. He doesn't get much free time, so I invited him over for a drink. Even the court prophet deserves a break every now and then, right? Okay, let me hear his voice again. What are we discussing today? Why is there a glass of wine specifically? And don't look at me. As far as I see it, we don't need an excuse to have a few drinks. Oh, dude, Dainsleif voice is so awesome. It makes me ovulate. Come on, don't give us that. Didn't you say you were about to pop the big question? How's that coming along? Who would have thought the great Twilight Sword was an even greater gossip? I just didn't expect you to be the first to settle down. Oh, and get married, that's all. So, Thorlindis is probably his lover, his wife. Yeah, if you told me that a few years ago, we wouldn't have believed you either, huh? And I also want to mention, we see that his eyes are blue. And now they're like this purple reddish color. And the thing is, it's the same with Skirk. Skirk had normal pupils, but they turned into the void or abyss symbol, however you want to call it. Probably because she is basically consumed by the abyss. She's so much in contact with it. So, are you planning to come clean about your job then? I'm guessing you still haven't told her. Sure, I'll have to tell her at some point, but I'll need to pick the right time and place. To be honest, I have no... Okay, I just want to mention something. I was just thinking about all the Conrians that we know of, and which we saw their eyes of. We know Rerir, who has blue eyes. We know Dainsleif, who has blue eyes. We know Kaya, who has blue eyes. We know Piero, who has blue eyes. And do you know how we also know has blue eyes and the fucking Conrian-style pupils? Fucking Nicole! Bro! I swear to God she's somehow connected to Conria. Come on, stop being such a pessimist. For all you know, she could be... And we also, I just remembered, we also met, what, Clothar, I believe was his name? Clothar? And his son. I forgot his fucking name. Who was a Hilichurl. But they also had blue eyes. Come on, stop being such a pessimist. For all you know, she could be thrilled. I bet she'll be much more impressed by your actual job than the one she thinks you're doing now. A member of the King's Guard. Quite the cover story. Does the king himself even know? Of course he does. Anyway, enough about me. How have you been? Me? Same old, nothing much to. Huh? What's up, Ved? Oh, it's so cute! It's nothing. Vedrfolnir, Dainsleif elder brother, renowned throughout the court of Conria as the visionary, and said to possess a wisdom far beyond the reach of any ordinary man. And yet, despite the gulf between us, he seems to have something to say about me. Does he even know me? Does he see me as a friend of his brother, or just another of the Vinster King's blades? Why did he react so strongly? Was it really to do with what we were talking about? I'm sorry if you can hear that. Can you fucking hear that? Could you let me know in the chat if you hear that right now? Okay, please let me know if you hear my neighbor on this stream or not, because he's just drilling for some reason. Because if you can hear it, then I'll either talk with him or postpone the stream. Because it's super loud. Perfectly normal, no different from anyone else. As frightening as this monster is in the present, there's something even more unsettling about seeing the human he used to be. Continue to observe Revi's memories. Ooh, okay. So I'm a little bit disappointed that we didn't get to see Vedrfolnir, and especially Dainsleif in his younger days. That's her! Solindis, you're back early. I love her eyes! Her eyes are so pretty! But she does not have the Conrian pupils. She has to be an outsider. Our equipment's being surfaced today, so I got off earlier than usual. How's your day been? Why the long face? Is something the matter? Is your boss giving you a hard time again? I went for a drink with Dane and the others after work. Isn't that a good thing? Vedrfolnir showed up today too. You know, Dainsleif's older brother. Ah, Mr. Vedrfolnir, yes, I've heard of him. They say that everything he says ends up coming true. He overheard Dainsleif mention that it recently proposed and seemed to have an issue with it, but when I asked what it was, he kept it to himself. So, you're worried? You can be such a child sometimes, Reria. We're nobodies. Why would the visionary be concerned about us? I'm sure someone in his position has much bigger fish to fry. Huh. Maybe you're right. You worry too much, Reria. We've been together for ages now, and everything's been going so well, has it not? You've even proposed to me. So you do remember. Tell me then, what's your answer? Oh, she didn't answer this far? Like I said, I need some time to decide. You can't just rush into things like this. We may be nobodies in the grand scheme of things, but if we want things to work out, we still gotta plan ahead. Alright, take your time. Just don't keep me waiting forever. Nobodies. Sounds about right. In the eyes of people like Vedrfolnir and Dainsleif, what do we matter? Can someone whose gaze is so fixed on the far-flung future even see the present clearly? Besides, the dynasty's fate rests with the king and his inner circle. Whatever I do, it won't make much difference. Meanwhile, every idea they come up with and every decision they make, it affects everything. These days, the king is lost in his research, and the purge of the Crimson Moon bloodline grows ever more intense. They're purging the Crimson Moon bloodline. That was never implied. That is completely new lore. It was just told that somehow the other dynasty took over, but not that they actively purged them. The opposition tried to speak out, but nothing came of it. And I'm under no illusions as to why, because we eliminated them and got rid of their bodies. A man can have 1,000 reasons to carry a sword, but there are a few good excuses to use it. Yet the king has never even considered the gentle approach, and he never will. What becomes of someone who kills on another's behalf? Can he ever find true peace? Solindis, It's nothing. You're right. Fate has never smiled upon nobodies like us. But by the same token, it's unlikely to bear a grudge against us either. There is no reason we can keep living happily together, cherishing the simple joys of each day as they come. See? You just need to stay positive, Reria. I can feel your warmth, your breath. You're right there, right by my side. Just seeing you makes me happy in a way I can't explain, and that's something that no one could ever take away from me. So smile, my love. Let's go of that frown. Let go of that frown. You're right, Thalindis. I've just been overthinking things. That's better. Getting caught up about things like this will only ruin our evening. Speaking of which, all set for the ball tonight? I need to go get ready. You go ahead. I just have a few things to take care of. Then I'll come join you. Even busier than the big shots, huh? Fine. I'll go get started. But don't be late. If you keep me waiting too long, I won't be a happy bunny. Relax, I'll be there. And let me guess, on this evening the cataclysm happened. Seriously though, you drive a hard bargain. You're really gonna leave my proposal hanging and still expect me to take you to the ball? Well, that goes without saying. I already told everyone I'd be coming with a dance partner. Besides, there are two completely different things. Let's take it one thing at a time, alright? Alright, white outfit it is. It seems like Reri was deliberately hiding his ties to the intelligence services by giving the impression that he was just an ordinary member of the Vinster King's guard. He clearly doesn't want his would-be fiancée to know about his other life. Then again, that's hardly surprising. People in the intelligence trade rarely do. Who would have thought we were in the same line of work? Let's dig a little deeper. Okay, leave that. Torkel. Our last operation was a resounding success, and all thanks to you, Rächer of Solnari. In total, we apprehended 32 dregs of the Crimson Moon. What? Crazy. And 67 accomplices. After all these years since the dynasty's fall, so many of them still linger on. Indeed, it cannot be denied, yet it was destiny that the Crimson Moon should be overcome by the eclipse, and that His Majesty, the all-seeing Vinster King, now guides our nation on the path to prosperity. That is so crazy, dude. We're actually witnessing Fucking Conria, real time.
カンルイヤには死んだ月なんかいらん。
Conria has no further need for a dead
この
moon.
道理をどう
But
しても
alas,
理解
there
で
will
きない
always
奴
be
がいる
those who
んだ。
refuse to see the truth,
いつまでも
choosing
美
instead
しい幻想にとらわれて
to
る。
romanticize the past.
そうとも言い切れないさ。
Oh, did you see this dude had green eyes?
懐かしむに値するいい時代。
That's not entirely true. Much about the Crimson Moon era was worthy of remembrance, and that's exactly why they keep trying to see it restored.
それに
Many of its secrets remain unsolved to this day. As it happens, that's precisely the field of study my partner is devoted to.
まだ正体を明かせてないのか。
You still haven't told her what you really do for a living?
どう言えばいいと思う。
Where would I even start?
俺は陛下の勅命を受けた処刑人で。
How do you tell someone that you're the one of the king's hand-picked executioners? That your hands are steeped in blood?
別にあんたが望んだことじゃな
You
いだろ
didn't choose this life,
あんたも俺も
any more than I did.
これ以外の選択肢なんて
Orphans
ない
like us don't get a say. Ah, that's interesting. That they're mentioning they're orphans. Because they had this, like, do you remember the House of the Hordes from Alakino, where she gathered all the orphans? Conria had something very similar, and that's where the story of, what was the name? There was this one book, Perrin Harry. That's where Perrin Harry took place.
でもそのつけ
But I'll sure as heck be the one to pay for it. So out of this orphanage, they gathered many of the Outlanders that were visiting, and also they were looking for people to recruit, either for the army or for the magic stuff. And so it's very possible that these were also selected like the other children. Speaking of which, we need to be more rigorous in the way we identify direct descendants of the Crimson Moon. Someone, it seems, has strong opinions about my future plans, most likely my marriage in particular. I have a feeling that we may soon become targets of the Crimson Moon's retribution.
心配もわかる。
Your concerns are not unfounded. They've taken out many of our colleagues these past few years, and for that very reason. There are no helpless lambs we're leading to the slaughter. They're wolves in sheep's clothing.
気をつけろよ。
Take care, Recha of Solnari. I look forward to toasting at your wedding. Cool.
お前も気をつけろよ。
Thanks, Torkel.
ソリンディス。
Tholindis.
隠すことは
I never wanted to keep this from you. You're the last person I would ever want to lie to.
一番騙したくない。でも
That's exactly why I can't tell you
隠し通さ
everything.
ないといけないと
There are things you shouldn't know, things you cannot know.
いい子月に照らされた王朝
The moonlit dynasties are a thing of the past. Yet, even now, with the sun shining high in the sky, what? Why is he talking about the sky? Conria's underground. There are those who would call forth the dead moon's ghost.
だから
Could that be why Wedderfalnir held back? Or was it because of some court secret he's not at liberty to share?
俺にちゃんと聞き出さないと
I have to get a clear answer from him. No matter what happens, I will protect the Lindis.
レリルは相当別に
Rarius seems to be very concerned by Wedderfalnir's reaction.
預言者
Wedderfalnir and Dainsleif, the Visionary and the Twilight Sword, so that's what they were really like.
この辺はもう全部見たしもう他の
I've investigated this whole area now, there doesn't seem to be any other memories here.
他の場所にも行ってみるとするか
Oh, what's going on there?
この黒い霧は
結局遅刻して
So
るじゃん
he's late after all.
レリル
Just
さ
you wait, Rary, you're in
ただ
it.
じゃ置かないんだから
I'm telling you, it's the evening of the cataclysm.
お姉さん誰か待ってるの
Are you waiting for someone, ma'am? Could I tempt you into buying some flowers?
あらいいわよ
Sure.
じゃあ綺麗
Pick me
に
out a pretty
チリン
bunch if you would.
ありがとうお姉さん
Thank you, but I'm afraid none of them are as pretty
お
as
姉
you.
さんほど綺麗なお花は
What?
ないかも
He's flirting with her.
まだ小さいのに
For someone so young, you sure have a way with words, don't you?
嘘じゃないよ僕のこの目に
What is that? He has the same pupils as Arlecchino. Okay, I know what's going to happen. The fucking Crimson Moon Dynasty is now killing Tholindis, which of course puts Rary in a state of like panic and anger, and then he kills all of them, and that's the reason that he's still hunting. He will never forgive them. He's still hunting the Crimson Moon Dynasty, and that's why Arlecchino is so important. They definitely will fight. He will see her pupils and he will immediately know she's a descendant. Holy hell, that's crazy.
あなた
You're...
僕の話を聞いてくれる？
May we have a word in private?
あなたは誰なの？
Who are you and what do you want?
僕が誰かなんて
It doesn't matter who I am. Too many of our kind have fallen lately, so I decided to take the risk of reaching out. Not long ago, the Rächer of Solnari led an assault on one of our strongholds. We suffered many casualties, and many who came to our aid lost their lives as well.
ちょっと待って。どうして急に
Sorry.
そんなことを私に
I don't know why you're telling me this, and I don't want to get involved.
待って、最後まで聞いて。
Wait, hear me out. This time, we finally got a clear look at his face and learned his true identity.
その人の名前
His name is Reria, and he claims to be one of the king's guards.
自分だ。
What did you say?
皮肉なものだ
A
よ。
cruel irony, isn't it?
お姉
The
さん
man you're set to marry leads a double life as a brutal executioner, but surely you must have caught a whiff of the blood on his hands. Why are you telling me all of this now?
そんな
簡単だよ。
Simple. It's because...
おかしい。
How strange. Reria was nowhere to be seen in that memory. It clearly belonged to Tholindis. Reria couldn't possibly know what happened if he hadn't... True! I didn't even think about that.
なんで彼女の記憶が
Why would a memory appear in his fragment?
儀式の時間はす
The
ぐ
ceremony won't last much longer. Oh no! I think it's time to call it a day. Damn! Okay. Phew!
先ほどのがそなたの力か。
So that was your doing? Did you just pull us inside Raria's fragment to spy directly on his memories?
記憶を見たよ。
これ以上聞くなら金取るよ。
Any more questions and I'll have to start charging.
お姉さん。
I had no idea you could do that, boss. Seriously, that was amazing. We're not worthy.
でもまだ見足りない
I gotta admit though, I'm itching to see what happens next. Feels like we barely scratched the surface.
私も気になるけど、この儀
I'm
式
just as curious as you are, but the ceremony only allows for limited time inside. That's all we can see for now.
幸い
Luckily, we managed to learn quite a lot.
私たちの方は順
So
調だけど
far, so good.
皆を
I just hope the others are doing okay too.
特に旅人たちの
Especially the group with the Traveler. Their mission is a risky one. Let's hope it's all going smoothly.
心配なら見に行ったらどう？
If you're worried about them, go see how they're doing.
姉さんはいつも記録や整理
If I know a boss, she's gonna need some time to write up all the details and make sure it's all coherent. I'll stay behind to lend a hand, but feel free to head back and meet up with the others. Oh, Columbina time. Nice. Thunderclap Reef.
もう2日もずーっと
They've been prowling around for nearly 2 days now. These things just won't quit.
気づかれてはないみたいだけど
They might not have seen us yet, but with them constantly sweeping the area, our way out is completely blocked.
できるのか
It's never gonna work.
バレたら終わり
One little slip up and it's game over.
オイラたちを見
If they spot us, they'll run straight back to Reria. And once he knows we're here, it won't be long before he's breathing down our necks again.
大変だぜ
Guess you're right. Alright, time to zip it. Oh, 30 primotes. Nice. Thank you. Avoid the patrolling wild hunt and find some location.
気づかれると
Yes, I'm already on my way, Paimon. Thanks for letting me know.
バレなくてよかったな
Let me breathe. Uh,
こっちに来るぞ
I can see them. Dude.
頑張れ、あとちょっとだ。
Stop yapping, Paimon. We're on a secret mission.
ここにも
There's no end to these things. Can't keep going like this. And now? Nicole? Please help us? Fire. Alikino! I swear to God, Alikino.
なんだこの匂い。おい、大変だ。
Please let it be Alikino. Come on. The Wild Hunt, that was quick. Oh, there she is! She's so cool! Ah, dude, she's so cool! What an entrance! So badass! For anyone watching, if you don't have Arlecchino, she's on the banner right now. Do wish on her. She's so cool and still one of the best DPSs, like easily top 5. The old you would never have let such lowly creatures bar your way. Word has it that you did something for the Tsaritsa, and that's why you've lost most of your power. Freedom comes at a heavy price, doesn't it? It's Arlecchino! You came! Sashiburi dana. And greetings, guests of the House of the Hearth. She looks so goddamn cool! She's like a fire vampire. Oh my goodness.
久しぶり、アルレッキーノ。
Sashiburi dana, Arlecchino. So this scene was just there to show Arlecchino aura farming. There was not much anything behind it, just the aura farm. Oh, Polonia survived.
狩人め、あなたのデータは
Stupid Reche of Solnari. Whatever. I've got all the data I need. Next time we meet, you're finished.
あいつここまで
He sure doesn't pull his punches.
何か手伝いましょうか。
Who's that?
邪魔しないで。忙しいのがわかる。
You can do me a favor by staying out of my way. Can't you see I'm busy?
その声はあなたたち。
I recognize that voice.
サンドローネさん、こんにちは。
Oh, good fucking lord, it's Linny.
ここへ来るように言われて。
Father sent us over to help.
あいつもなかなか気が
How
利くじゃない。
considerate of her. I swear to God, I'm expecting a Linny rerun. And I'm expecting it in... Ah, dude, it doesn't fit. We should get one in 6.2, but we won't get one. Because they're rerunning Shilonen in Varissa. Maybe in 6.3? Who knows?
フレミネだっけ？
Hey, Freminet, get over here and help me fix this. Linny, you do your thing. Just keep your sister away from my machines.
私の機械に触らせないように。妹をちゃんと見張ってなさい。猫女が触った機械は
Nearly every machine that cat girl touches ends up going haywire.
二人で掃除
Go
で
put her on
片付け
cleaning duty or something. Then let's start downstairs. Freminet, we'll leave this place to you.
任せて。
You've got it.
待って。
Chutto matte.
棚の中に
Pretty sure there's still some tea in the cupboard. If you want some, you'll have to make it yourself.
好きなものを入れ
Actually, I love to see them interacting. Not only Sandrum with Columbina, but also with the children of the House of Hearts. Return to the secret base and discuss your next step. Oh, we actually have the secret base on the map. Oh, cool. Yahoo! I was just doing it for funsies. And she did it in the exact same moment. Because I think we're connected. Hutao and I. She has been my main for so long. She really carried me through the entire game, basically. And also my huge break that I had during Sumeru. I will never stop loving her. Even though I'm a Skirk main now. Yahoo! Even though I'm a Skirk main, some love will always be there for Hutao.
みんな無事に戻ってこられてよかった。
It's a relief to see you all made it back in one piece. Huh? Feels like there's quite a few people missing. Where's Flint and the others? And what about Nefer?
俺が一足先に来たんだ。ウリンズは
I returned ahead of them. Linz is helping Aino and the Nefer to set up the decoys and buy us some time. As for Miss Nefer, Boss is still wrapping things up on her end. She sent us back to fill you all in on the top secret intel we've been gathering.
なるほど。
I see.
早速本題に入るとしよ
Then, let's get right into it.
う。この人がお前たちの連れてきた助っ人
But
か。
first, who do we have here? You brought someone else in to help?
はじめまして。コロンビーナとはお茶会仲間で、
She's so
今回は
cool.
招かれてお手伝いに来た。アルレッキーノと呼んでくれ。
Hajimemashite, I was invited here to help as longtime party companion of Columbinas. You may call me Arlecchino.
あれは
Surely it can't be. Oh, Lauma knows.
この人の
She notices
どこ
immediately.
で見たことがある気がする。
Those eyes. Where have I seen them before? Wait, of course, in those memories we just saw.
アルレッキーノか。ファトス大王院もそんな名前だったな。偶然ってわけ
The
じゃ
only Arlecchino I know is the fourth of the Fatui Harbingers, so either you share a pretty uncommon name, or you're more than just a tea party buddy.
ほう。大団長様は見識が
You're
広い。
well informed, Grandmaster. A man from Mondstadt living all the way out here in Nordkrai, and yet the people and affairs of Snezhnaya seem to hold a special place in your heart.
そりゃお互い様だな。
The feeling's
あ
mutual.
んたの方も
Sounds like you know all about who I am too.
ゲン・ファトゥス。
Fatui Harbinger.
急に雰囲気が重い
The atmosphere in here just got really tense. Guess we can't just start trusting Fatui Harbingers even at a time like
新
this.
しく信用できない
Well, why not? We worked together with Arlecchino in the past. She's pretty cool. And she's sexy.
少し気になるんだが。
I must admit, though, I'm a little curious. Seeing as the moon goddess no longer belongs to the Fatui, what makes you so willing to put your neck on the line here?
などくらいはモンドに属していない。
Nor does not Croy belong to Mondstadt, Mr.
こ
Vaka.
の土地のために
Yet
戦ってい
still,
るだろう。
you're fighting for it all the same.
報酬よりも制御不能になるリスク
Things don't always have to have a tangible payoff. Sometimes, stopping things from spiraling out of control is a higher priority than chasing the spoils of victory.
もちろん
Of
メリット
course,
が全くないと
I
いうわ
can
け
say
では
there's nothing in it for me at all.
それは
But that's
私と
between
コロンビーナ
Columbina and
の
myself.
個人的なことだ。
申し訳ない。
Forgive me,
そなたを
I don't mean to doubt you.
ではないのだ
It's just that the Fatui really have been the source of many of our troubles.
ここにはここの暮らしがある
We have our own way of doing things here in
彼
Nordkrai.
らたちは
But ever since they arrived, the Fatui have treated us with nothing but hostility.
過去に両者の間に
I know there's been a lot of blood between us in the past. I've done my utmost to avoid friction wherever I could, but sometimes fundamental conflicts of interest simply can't be settled
有効的な手段で解決できるものではない。
amicably.
故に今回の
That's why I'm
行動は
here
私の
solely in a
個人
personal
的な判断であっ
capacity.
て
This has nothing to do with the Fatui.
誠意を示
As a gesture of good faith, I'll be frank. I can help Columbina track down the iridescent moon's marrow, which will help her restore more of her power. Anyway, what else is on the agenda? Let's begin.
誠意を示すって言いながら
She says she'll be frank, then completely skips over the details.
あまり多く
Looks like she doesn't want to give away too many secrets after all.
しれっと話題を
But she
次の
clearly wants to change the subject. It would be awkward if I tried to bring it up again now.
でも
Guess we'll just have to go along with it.
交換
She's the fourth of the... Oh, she's so hot! Look at her! She's so sexy! She's the fourth of the Hatui Harbingers after all. One look and you can tell she's not someone you'd want to mess with.
そこまで言うなら
Well, since Mrs. Olekino sounds confident in her ability to handle that, we'll proceed to the next topic. Jehoda, time to share that top secret intel.
みんな
Alright, listen up, maggots. First, we now know that Reria was originally a Conrian secret agent whose primary mission was to hunt down and assassinate the so-called dregs of the Crimson Moon.
赤月の残党
The dregs of the Crimson Moon?
ああ記憶の中
In the memories, there was a lot of talk about the Crimson Moon, an eclipse, and a whole bunch of other stuff from the time of Conria.
私の知る限り
To my knowledge, those were the names of two different Conrian dynasties.
王朝の名はるか昔
Long, long ago, it is said that the people of Conria worshipped the Crimson Moon, drawing a mysterious power from its reflection.
不思議な力を得ても
But one day, a coup saw the Crimson Moon eclipsed, hence the name of the new dynasty that replaced it,
王朝の統治が始まっ
and how it became the new emblem of Conria.
赤月王朝が滅亡してから
Still, long after the Crimson Moon dynasty had fallen, the last ruler of the Eclipse dynasty, the Vinster King, still coveted the secrets it left behind. So he sent the Rächer of Zolnari to secretly hunt down the Crimson Moon's few remaining followers.
その時の月の狩人はまだ狂気
In those days, Rarius showed no signs of madness. In fact, he was as normal as any other person. And he had a fiancée, or at least a would-be fiancée, called Tholindis. Well, yeah, I think it's established by now that the Abyss makes you crazy. It was the same with the Vinster King, who gained too much Abyss knowledge and then also became crazy.
どうした
What's the matter? Yeah, Rhine-Daughter probably because she created the monsters, which were responsible for the cataclysm. And Vedder only because he foresaw it and didn't tell him that Tholindis would die.
他に手がかりは
Interesting. Anything else? What about this would-be fiancée of his? Do we know anything about her?
えっと
Well, she was a researcher at the Universitas Magistrorum, but it felt like she was hiding some kind of secret.
それから
And one more thing, for some reason, Rarius' fragment also contains some of Tholindis' memories, though only a very small portion.
そうか結構情報が集まっ
Well,
たな
no shortage of potential leads, I'll give you that. In any case, it sounds like we can conclude that while Tholindis was still around, Rari appeared to be lucid and quite normal.
それなら
Tholindis, it seems, must have been the one thing in this world that he couldn't let go of. Tell me, though, were these pure-blood Conrians
純血か根血かどっちなんだろうな
were these pure-blood Conrians we're talking about here?
なんでそんなこと気にするんだ
Why do you need to know that? Hold on. If she was pure-blood, well, she wasn't.
カンルヤ人だったら確かに隊長みたいにな恋人を見つけられたら月の狩人を元に戻せ
If we could somehow find her, do you think there's any chance Raria might regain some of his sanity?
可能性はある
It's possible, but it would take a miracle. We can't pin all our hopes on that. Bro, she's dead. She didn't have the pupils. She wasn't pure-blooded.
ネフェルの知り合いだというあの少年
The merchant who never knows.
彼女に調査をお願
Dory.
いできるよ
Maybe we could hire her to look into it.
それなら引き続き分かれて行動しよう
Alright then. Let's keep working on our separate teams.
旅人パイモンコロンビーナそして
I was just asking, please can I work together with Olekino? Thank you. We'll go look for the iridescent moon's marrow. Okay, which apparently is somewhere in Nordcry.
他のやつらは
As for the others, on the way over here I noticed that the wild hunt monsters had grown even more frenzied in their search for Kutar. At this rate, the people living here will be in grave danger too. So I'm thinking of gathering together some of our followers to go wipe them out.
あたいは非分の館に戻って
I'll head back to the Kuratorium and meet up with the boss.
みんなそれぞれ役目がある
Feels good knowing we've all got something to be getting on with.
ワイルドハントも活発に
Given that the wild hunt has been a lot more active lately, the Lightkeepers have likely begun their operations too. If that's the case, someone will need to pass the news on to Flint's.
俺はしばらくここに残る
I'll hold the fort for now, then discuss our next move with Flint's, Aino, and the nefer when they get back.
話し合っ
Alright.
時間がないようだから
Well, the clock's ticking. If that's everything, we'll be on our way.
こちらもすぐに作戦を始め
We'd better get moving too. We'll try to buy as much time as we can.
そう気負わなくていい
Relax. Just do your thing. I decided to call in some backup since things are getting so hairy. All reinforcements should be here any minute now.
それじゃみんな気をつ
Stay
けて
safe, everyone. Dismissed. I hope Varka is a good DPS. If he's a DPS at all.
戻りました。
We're back.
早かったですか。
Did we get here a little early or a little late?
ちと遅かったな
A tad late.
みんなすでに次の行動
The others have already set off. To summarize, our resident moon goddess has found a new ally and Boss Nefer has uncovered some promising info.
見つけてきてくれたそっちは順調だったか
Everything going smoothly on your end?
まずまずかな
Not great. I don't know how long we can stall them for. The decoys are getting taken out way faster than we imagined. I'm gonna make some more later, but I need a timeout first. I'm so tired right now. Alright, Nefer, could you fill in Uncle Varka on what we just discussed with Flint's?
かしこまりました
Sure.
ファルカさんは
Uncle Varka, you previously told us about how, when you went to investigate the source of the wild hunt in Amsvordnir, you discovered that it was just a diversion.
しかし
But according to Flint's intel, several outbreaks of the wild hunt had already occurred in Nordcry in the period leading up to that.
当時
That was before Riri had regained his body, when he was far from regaining his full strength. In other words, in theory at least, he still lacked the means to act in two places at once.
フリンズライトキーパーはこの地でずっと
Flint's,
ワイルドハント
with everything that's been happening, the Lightkeepers across Nordcry are rallying to fight back against the wild hunt. They're gonna need your help.
I know お前ならただの
I
踊
know.
りじゃない
I'm sure you're capable of coming up with something far more effective than decoys, but for now, you should stay here and get some rest.
俺とイネファはアームスバ
Nefa and I will head back over to Amsvardnir to see if there's anything missed. I told you Uncle Varka would say that, didn't I? A deal's a deal. Not a word about my snack intake for the next week.
どれだけ食べても情報を更新
Database updated. Reliability of Aino's predictions increased.
どういう意味だい
What does that mean?
お二人はあなたが情報を聞いた
They were betting on how you'd respond after hearing their intel.
かけ
誰でも同じ判断をするだろう賭けに
It's
なってい
the
ると思う
obvious choice, isn't it? That's hardly worth betting on.
アームスバルトニルコの調査は
We already decided that Nefa should go investigate the situation over at Amsvardnir on her own. You might as well stay here and keep
す
watch.
でに作戦会議の場所には
Someone needs to hang back and oversee our strategy meetings, and besides, you still haven't fully recovered from ambushing Reria.
月の狩人を待ち伏せした時におわさ
どうやら一番楽な仕事を譲ってもらっちまったみたいだなありがとうみんな
So, I've ended up with the easiest assignment. Well, I appreciate it, everyone. See you when you get back. That's Arikino here. Who's drawing these pictures? That's so funny. Here. This will serve as a good spot to cross over.
アルレッキーノオイラたち
Alekina, hold up a second. Since you brought us all this way, would you mind telling us what you've got planned? We still haven't got the slightest idea what's going on here, and even if Columbina doesn't know where the iridescent moon's marrow is, how do you? Simple. Because I'm an inheritor of the royal bloodline of the Crimson Moon, and one of the last surviving embers of the two worlds' flames. Okay, that definitely is somehow connected to Parent Harry. Because he crossed two worlds to become Parent Harry. You're a descendant of that Crimson Moon dynasty we were just talking about, the one from ancient Conrail. Your surprise is understandable. I was also taken aback when I first learned of it. But the more I thought about it, the more I realized the signs had been there all along. When I was young, I discovered I could wield a very special kind of fire. It coursed like blood through my veins and smoldered away my nerves. What's more, whenever I experienced strong bursts of emotions or drew too deeply on this power, it was like some kind of presence within the fire would begin to gnaw at me, consuming me from the inside out. Yeah, actually, if you didn't know, she's not wearing any gloves. That is legit her skin color here. Exactly. That is why my hands are like this too. At first, I saw it only as a curse, but once I became a harbinger, the jester apprised me of the truth. Together with my own investigations over the past few years, there are several things that I've gradually come to understand. For instance, take the so-called Crimson Moon. In truth, it is nothing more than the shattered remnants of the iridescent moon fused with the abyss to prolong its lifespan. Since this blood flame was bestowed upon me by the Crimson Moon, it is a fusion of the iridescent moon's former power and the corruption of the abyss. Uh-huh. You all understand the nature of the abyss well enough. I draw upon its power, and in return it hungers for my soul. This strange blackness is the mark of corruption it has left behind. If I recall correctly, you once told me that if the corruption ever made it to your heart, you would become a completely different person. Yes, and that's the reason I'm always careful not to push my power too far. It's essentially a never-ending tug of war. Sounds intense. Anyway, the rest of my story can wait. Is there anything else about the Crimson Moon or the Iridescent Moon that you're unclear about? Paimon has a question. So, the Crimson Moon that the Conrians used to worship was actually the Iridescent Moon, right? Which was one of the three Moon Sisters? Does that mean that the Conrians were to the Crimson Moon as the Frost Moon Sounds are to the Frost Moon? So much of that history has been lost. We have no way of knowing exactly what they were like. But I would suspect that the Conrians weren't as devout in their moon worship as it might appear. The iridescent moon's remains simply served as their link to the abyss. Later on, perhaps someone discovered a way to make direct contact with the abyss, or maybe there was some kind of ideological divide. Either way, a dissenting faction staged a coup that drove out the royal heirs of the Crimson Moon dynasty. Still, even with the dark sun looming high overhead, what the fuck? They're talking about the dark sun. The Crimson Moon's glow never truly faded. If you want living proof, it's standing right before you. I still don't completely get the part about the sun. Khaenri'ah was underground. They didn't have access to the natural sun. So did they Honestly, I believe they created, similar to Enkanomiya, an artificial sun.
初めて会った時から
The first time we meet, I sensed something familiar in your presence.
ずっとその
When
姿
I
の
looked at
向
you,
こうに
I felt I could see that mysterious red moon in the corner of my eye. In your flames, I saw its broken image, surrounded by a strange black aura.
奇妙な
秘密を守ってくれたこと
Well, I appreciate that you kept it to yourself.
赤月については
Much
まだ
about the
謎が
Crimson
多い
Moon is still a mystery, and I'd prefer not to end up as an object of an insane research
それ
project.
が嫌だったのださて
Anyway, time is against us here, so if there's any other questions, they'll have to wait.
サンドローネから受け取った手紙を改めて確認し
I just want to make sure I've got one thing straight. In her letter, Sandrone mentioned that since you are unable to contain the iridescent moon's marrow yourself, you intend to leave it in my custody, correct?
うん
That's
私
right.
から君に渡
For
され
now,
る
it's the only way I
最
can
高
pay you
の
back for your
報酬
help.
でもある光月はもともと
The iridescent moon is already part of who you are, so with its marrow in your possession, you'll be even more powerful than before.
実力
取引成立だな
Deal.
では
Then let's get
早速
started.
始めよう
始めようって
Get what started? What does this place have to do with the Crimson
関
Moon?
係あるんだ
私が執行官になっ
When I first became a harbinger, the jester gave me a book called
恋に落ちたレオ・ブラントという本をくれた
She knows about parenthood. True. Well, yeah, of course she does. It's so crazy that they're pulling out the entire lore that we were talking about all these years, and probably most people didn't read themselves. All people who were not into lore that deeply, and they really kept their promise. They want to pull out all this hidden lore that they put into books and items and stuff, put it into the main story so that all people are on the same level and understand the level of the lore.
今でもフォンテーヌで普通に買える本だ
You should be able to buy a copy next time you're in Fontaine.
愛憎劇は
It's a love story set in the Crimson Moon era, but setting aside the tangled romances of its characters, it also records a few interesting
赤
details.
月の時代
I'm very interested in what she's about to say.
世界の外から子供を受け入れ
In the Crimson Moon era, or so the story goes, there was an orphanage that received children from beyond the bounds of this world and subjected them to a peculiar induction ceremony.
世界の外から来た子供
そうだ
The Crimson Moon sages looked beyond this world for beings with powers that surpass the gods, but fearing they might lose control, they subjected these children to a process of refinement. They made these children crawl up a fireplace and kept them asking them, "Have you died? Did you see it?" Until they finally admitted to having died and seen a crimson moon in the Eye of Ronova. The adults embraced the children who passed the ritual, telling them, "Within the fireplace you have traversed the flames between two worlds. Here and now you are born anew." The book leaves much unsaid, but I suspect that this was their way of branding the children they had enrolled, leaving an indelible mark upon them, so that they would forever live in the Crimson Moon's light.
だからこの世界で赤月の
That explains why I can't sense the Crimson Moon's mirror in this world. It makes sense that it would be sealed in a special place that can only be accessed temporarily through some kind of ritual.
入れないってことだね
Ah, that's what we need Alakino for.
でもここには暖炉も煙突もないぞ
But there's no fireplace here. Do you see a chimney anywhere, or are we supposed to build it ourselves?
おいら
いや煙突は形式的なも
That
の
won't be necessary. The fireplace is purely symbolic. The key to the ritual is crossing the flames between two worlds. In other words, the flames that burn
この
within
特
me.
殊な炎のことを指す
Aha, okay.
この炎に焼かれた者はこの世に幽霊のような残影を残すカーンルイヤの人々は
Those burned away by such flames leave behind a kind of ghostly afterimage in the world. In the days of Khanria, people believed they could be used to bridge the gap between the two worlds to life and death. Oh! So basically, Pojola.
とにかく
In short, I can open a passage. What? In short, I can open a passage to that space for you. The catch is, I'll need to stay on this side to keep the passage open, so I won't be able to come with you. Once you're inside, you'll have to find your own way. Holy hell, okay. Very well, then I'll open it up. Spare me a little more moonlight, if you would. I may need it. She just wants to hold hands. Thank you. I feel like I've recovered some of my strength now. It should be enough to move us across short distances and confront whatever dangers might await. Okay. Let's get ready for battle. Mistress of 7 hues of ages past. What is going on? Whoa. That's so cool. One word of advice. As you're crossing over, no matter what voices you hear, do not answer. I sense a sinister gloom inside, but also the familiar light of the moon. I feel that I'm about to meet an old friend who has changed beyond all recognition. Interesting, okay. Enter the space where the crimson moon is. Holy hell, that is so cool. I'm gonna change too. I can't change my party! Oh, dude. What the hell even is that? And I love the music. Such a throwback to Alikino. Oh my god, that's so cool. Is that's literally a black hole. She never mentioned that she was able to do that. Oh. Okay. Grant to your death and rebirth. You have crossed over from another world, transcended fate itself. I'm at a loss for words now. This is crazy. We're basically doing what Parent Harry did. Look up at the sky, a red moon. This must be the spot, right? Is that the abyss? It's practically filled the entire place. What now? What a tragic sight. Fragments of your broken body seized by the abyss and hung up aloft like mummified remains. Iridescent moon, was this truly what you wished for? There's something spooky about this place. Feels like something is lurking in the fog. Paimon's right behind you. Whatever you do, don't run off without her. Okay. By the way, columbina, didn't you tell us that the iridescent moon had shattered into pieces? The moon up there looks pretty whole to Paimon. How's that possible? I can change my party setup. Awesome. I'm gonna go with Skirk. Just to be on the safe side. Because we don't know what awaits us. Gonna go with Lali for protection. That should be good. Whew, okay. The music is so cool. I love it so much. Hopefully we don't have to fight Rere here. I believe I've seen some leaks that he will become a weekly boss. Or no, I believe it's someone else. I won't spoil it. Well, it seems pretty broken to me, but much more that either someone shot into it or someone is pulling at it. Like revving. Oh, fuck! No! I'm sorry. Yeah. You should keep an eye on the road. Dude, what the... Why?
まだ力が足りないのか。
Okay, I'm gonna revive Skirk in a second. Bingo. We have to get Escoffier's burst up. And I'm at 0 energy. Awesome. Please get your burst up. Nice. Bada boom. A nice little chest. I don't think there's any more hidden here, so no need to explore. The OST is awesome, dude. So the iridescent moon's marrow is up there in the sky. There's no... Oh, sorry, I had to sneeze. There's no way we'll be able to reach it. No, I'm not sensing anything up there. It's coming from under the mountain. There's some kind of weird shadow over the water. Wait, see that? Looks like a mechanism of some sort. Let's check it out. Okay. So I'm wondering, is this just an alternate dimension, or is it like something in the past, like a memory? Because someone surely would have found this place if it was real. It cleanses the abyss. Okay. Look at that. Now that the mechanism's running, the shadow in the water looks different. Do you think these mechanisms might be the key to unlocking the secret? Let's try to find more of them. Ah, that's what she was researching. Mind your own business, just leave me some snacks on the table. She was a researcher, yeah. So do you think she was studying the strange space all along? The abyss had made this space extremely unstable. Maybe that's why some of the things she said I'm sorry. Maybe that's why some of the things she said and did were preserved here, like echoes or after images. Whenever I see this view, it takes me back to a poem from my childhood. Waning moon, O lifeless damsel, weeping on the mountain crest, mourning still in wistful tone her fragile soul, now laid to rest. For me, of all people, to be here investigating the mysteries of the Crimson Moon space, is it a coincidence or something more? I'm gonna do a quick break here for a few minutes. Alright, and we're back. No, cancel. Activate the second device. Awesome. Shooby-dooby-doo. No, I'm not fighting these poor hillagers here. These poor souls. They suffered enough.
この装置はバーベキュー
Looks like the Abyss has messed up this mechanism. We need to find a way to get it working
なん
again.
とかして直さないとな
Yeah, da.
他の装置がないか探してみようぜ
I don't even want to hurt them and they're still trying to... Dude!
土に埋めよう
Okay, they have a chest. I have to kill them. I'm sorry. Nice. Okay. Doesn't it look exactly like, the Abyss buildings? Like the architecture? Okay, that's number 2. And again, we have these purple flora. These purple flowers. Activate. I see. So the moon mirror, or rather the power of the 3 moons, is the key to unlocking... Unlocking what? Tell us.
本当に存在するなら
If really does exist, then maybe this madness can finally be put to an end. Okay. So there's a cure to the Abyss, it seems. She might actually be more important than you might think if she was working or at least researching on a cure for the Abyss. But I don't think we'll find any... Well, maybe if we get to Conria itself as nation, like the real Conria, maybe we can find some hidden research nodes that were left. Purify. Okay, so now we can see the reflection of the moon. And we know that reflections are important. Columbina already mentioned it in the very first trailer we saw of Not Prime. With the Abyss inhibitors in place, I should be able to access the chamber with the moon marrow. Oh, Reria, with every step you take, you're drifting further from what you truly desire. But you're not the root of the problem. Ever since that outsider set foot in Conria, the Vinster King has sunken deeper into madness. Is she talking about the Traveler? If only I could get my hands on that outsider. Hey look, the moon's reflection is back to normal. Thalindis' voice mentioned a chamber with the moon marrow. Do you think maybe it's hidden in the moon's reflection? It must be, for within it I sense the fragile aura of a dying soul. Then there's no time to lose, let's go! I don't feel comfortable going into this water. Oh, we can float. Another portal. Sever the abyssal fetters. That looks kinda like the heart of Durin, doesn't it? Looks like we'll have to destroy them if you want to get through the Abyss and marrow. And How do we do that? Just attacking it? Yeah, apparently. Whoop. Holy hell. Seems like we're fighting. Because we can change the party here. There must be the iridescent moons where we will need to destroy these things because— oh dude. It's literally just to waste your time. Oh, not the rift wolves! No! Ah, okay. Easy. No match for C2R1 Scud. Number 1. Only 2 left. I should have actually changed to an Alakino team just for the sake of it. But I'm too afraid. If we're gonna face, for example, Reria or another strong boss, I want to be on the safe side. Come on. Only 1 left. So, is that the moon marrow itself, or is it just like trapped inside of it? I can't really see it. All right. Let's see. So it is just a fragment. The iridescent moon's marrow, still burning away like an undying flame, yet now contaminated by the abyss. It has taken on a new form entirely. If we can purify the abyssal power within, we should be able to obtain its untainted essence. Well, say no more. I can do that. So? Oh, now it's completely red. So cold. Is it you? Are you here? Don't tell me that Tholindus put part of her consciousness inside of this moon marrow. At long last, I can see you once more. Our fates have crossed, and I am finally free. I'm sorry I lied to you. Even knowing what was to come, I still couldn't let go of the fear in my heart that... Bro, is that the original moon goddess? Is that Arya talking to her? Or Sonnet? The moment the moon shattered, my body began to split apart piece by piece, like I was being cut into pieces by 1,000 blunt blades. My thoughts scattered as the cold crept in, but I could not bear to fade away like that. Tell me, what was it that brought you to us all that long time ago? If only I had possessed your courage, then I might have been spared this torment more painful than death. You look so puzzled. That's how I felt too, when I first saw you. But trust me when I say that everything happens for a reason. Hypo? Is that for Hoptature? Or is that just another name? That is crazy. Hypo. What was that all about? Was that the goddess of the iridescent moon? It sounded like she was speaking to a long-lost friend, but none of us have ever met her before, right? Well, she obviously was talking to Columbina as representation of the moon. Yeah. She took me for the goddess of the frost moon she once knew. For a fading soul like hers, our auras must be too similar to tell apart. But anyway, we've got the iridescent moon's marrow now. That should help you. Wait, I'm gonna check that back. Farewell Hypo. So that means that the Frost Moon's original name had to be something with Hypo. Which sounds eerily close to Hrobdottir. It's way too close to be a coincidence. Time to leave this place and meet back up with Olekino. Let's go. Oh, cinematic. Why is it starting to move? Why is the traveler using Geo? Whoa! God, Olekino is so cool. What a badass. We made it. Awesome. Was that you, Olekino? Did you save us? Well, who else? She's burning. Small price to pay. Hey, man! The Abyss wanted to trap you inside and I defied its will by bringing you out. Now what? Oh, of course, it makes sense. It's angry now. If I can purify the abyssal power, then maybe... No, I have paid the price. Albeit a small one, and it cannot be undone. My hands have already fused with the abyss. Purification would simply destroy whatever's left of them. But surely... We're so sorry, Olekino. Paimon can't believe you'd make a sacrifice like this for us. As much as I'd like to call it a favor, the truth is I was simply holding up my end of the deal. Well, Columbina? Yes, you did your part. And as promised, I will leave the iridescent moon's marrow in your care. From this day forth, may the two world flames burn ever more brightly. I'll take that as a blessing. Now, Columbina, give me your hand. Accept this moonlight I offer in return. Oh,
力が強くな
okay.
ったか。
Feeling stronger. That doesn't sound very healthy.
大丈夫か？
Are you okay, Columbina?
大丈夫。でも異なる力同士が
I'm
反
fine.
発
Our
し合って
powers
るみたい。
are a little at odds, that's all.
蒼月の権能だけで3つの月の力を
By the Frost Moon's authority
やはり
alone,
難しいのだ。
wielding the power of the other moons
だが
was always going to
君
be a
の力
stretch.
は少し回復したようだ。少なくとも第3位の水準には戻った。
By the Frost Moon's authority alone, wielding the power of the other moons was always going to be— Fuck off, dude! I'm sorry, my fucking neighbor is drilling in his wall all the time. That's why I turn off the sound. By the Frost Moon's authority alone, wielding the power of the other moons was always going to be a stretch. Still, I think it's fair to say that your strength has returned, at least to the level it was as third harbinger.
まだ足りない。これじゃ
It's still not enough. There's no way I can hope to challenge Reria like this.
もう一回
Just one more ray of moonlight, if you would.
大丈夫。
It's okay, I can take it.
今はどうだ。
How about now?
戦えるだけの力は
Fighting
ある
fit?
少なくとも
At the very least, I won't have to stay hidden like before.
私は
I want to see him gone from Mountcry. The Recher of Zolnari and his wild hunt must be sent back where they belong.
目標があるのはいいことだ。
Well, it's good to have something to aim for. You certainly seem more alive now than you did earlier.
初めて会った時、
When I first met you, you didn't strike me as a ray of moonlight, more like a wisp of fog drifting in from who knows where, ready to scatter at the first sign of a breeze.
しかし今、
But now, you're full of vitality, just like the frost moon, once the brightest of them all. May you keep shining, Columbina. This is who you are.
君が永遠に自分の光を失うことのないように願おう。
ありがとう
Thank
ア
you.
ルレッキーノ君も気をつけてね
Look after yourself too, Alekino.
君の計画
I
が
know
ある
you have plans of your
そ
own,
のために
and
力
that's
を
why you're
使い
always
続け
seeking
て
to
る
grow
ことは知っ
stronger.
てるよでも
But whatever you're after, don't let the abyss take a hold of you. I do not wish to see you go down the same path as Reria.
月の狩人みたいな
ありがとう、コロンビーナ。
I appreciate the concern, Columbina.
君には新しい名前が
Although
必要かも
perhaps
しれない。
it's time you took a new name.
新しい名前か
And your name?
クータル、月の少女。
Kutar, the Moon Maiden Columbina. They're nothing more than code names. They describe who she is and the roles she has played, but they're not her real name.
ハウス・オブ・ハースでもよくコードネームを使う。
We often use code names in the House of Hearts too, but it's knowing your real name that keeps you grounded. Up till now, you've been living a wandering life, so you've probably never really cared. All I say is this: once you've defeated Reria, give it some thought. Alright, that's it for me. I'll get you back safely first, then go meet up with Sandra.
お前って本当にいいやつだな
Let us know next time you need a hand.
私も君たちのような
I
義理がたい人
appreciate
が
the
好きだ。
gesture. It speaks to your good character.
互いに感謝の
Anyway,
言葉を
let's
伝
get
え合うより
going.
も
There are more
今はもっ
urgent
と
things
大
to
事
do
なこ
right
とが
now than trade compliments. Quest completed. It was a close call, but we got the Unders Moon's Mirror and restore columbina strength, and that's all that matters. Awesome. Is that already the first part? Are we already Act 4? Yeah, that's already the next one. I believe it's best when we do that in the evening. I'll do another stream in like, I believe 3 or 4 hours maybe. Because in the meantime I want to talk with my fucking neighbor. That he shuts the fuck up because, wait, what was Paimon about to say? Go on, okay. Because, he seems to be drilling all the time. And, that's just not pleasant if you're streaming. And I also want to make up my mind if I'm going to, pull for nefer or not. I'm very unsure about that. Let me know in the comments if you pulled for nefer. Oh, and we even got a free fate. Awesome. Cool. What we do have? We have here some claims. Weekly. Awesome. Cool. Alright, thank you for everyone who was sticking all the time with me until the very end. I will be back live in, let's say, 4 hours maybe. I'll set up another stream so that you'll see it. Thank you and see you in a few hours.